Alright guys, Tom here, and welcome to episode 9 of the Road to Glory series. Now I end up putting Nash, our keeper, up for 500 coins as he didn't successfully sell in the earlier episode. I then need to purchase myself a silver player contract card for Dyer, who has ran out of a contract. He is our left winger, of course, and I also need to delve into my consumable pile to pick out a bronze contract card for our centre back. Although there was another change that needed to be done. Hunt was back from injury, so I put him back onto our squad and he was ready for our next game. And as you can see here, I do actually end up putting the bronze contract card onto Frampton, our centre back. And I jump into the first game of this episode, and as usual we do have 3 games. I haven't done this in such a long time, but this guy has a pretty beast team. He has an English team just like mine. He has Akinfenwa up front, the only non-rare bronze player he has, but what a good choice. And I get off the block with a good goal from Vassell, of course, in the 38th minute. It took me a while to get that goal, but then he went and got himself a goal from a really good through ball to his player, and he just loops it over my keeper. Maybe Kirkland could have done a little bit better, but I'm not going to blame it in that. Now look at our goal. Vassell loops it over, and then Hogg just gets a nice cheeky header, and go on, yes, get in, and what a goal it was. And that was the game, guys. So it only ended 2-1, a pretty exciting game. The goals were pretty good as well, and I really enjoyed that game. I think I pretty much deserved that win as well, and Kirkland got man of the match, and I did get 693 coins, so not bad. I think I would have expected a little bit more from that, but we're not going to complain as it was a win, of course. Now, to get things rolling in this episode, I do buy myself a beast centre midfielder, Ledbitter, who does now play for Middlesbrough, but I picked up the Ipswich Town card, and he's a really good player. He takes all my free kicks and corners, so he's a bit of a beast, and he has a really good shot on him, so I was pretty happy with that. I picked him up for a really measly amount of coins as well, so I slotted him right in the team, and he fitted really well. As usual, we also had a little bit of a crisis. Dyer, we only just put a contract card onto him, and he just got himself injured again, and I also had chance to put another left back in, although I couldn't find an Englishman who was left back, so I had to put a centre back in. I was a bit wary of this, but it was okay, so I then got the chance to put Ledbitter in for Oakley. I thought Oakley instead of Hogg was a good choice, as I prefer playing with Hogg. I just find him a better overall player, and he seems to play much better for me when he's on form. So I then went and hopped onto the second game, and I went up against this guy who's some pretty decent chemistry. He also had an outstanding goal player who is Bentley for West Ham, and he also looks like he's going for a slightly Englishy team, but I got a great goal in the 4th minute from a header from Phillips, the right winger. What a goal it was, and Elite was awesome. I then went and got myself another goal in the 8th minute from Darius Vassell's shot, and then Phillips rebounds it off. Phillips had a great game, and then Vassell got himself a goal himself. Some nice control to take on his last defender, and then just slots it into the bottom left hand corner. Look at that. I'm out of breath here, guys, but then I went and got myself another goal from Vassell. Look at that. Takes on his last defender and blasts it into the bottom left hand corner. What a great goal for Vassell. And then the guy decides, I've had enough, I'm going to leave the game. So we got the win, and I was happy about that. So it's all good. Look at it now. He just decides to leave the game. What a surprise. If I got £1 for every time somebody left the game in this Road to Glory series, I think I'd be a trillionaire. But swiftly moving on, we have a pretty nice record at the moment, 22-3. But we had a little bit of luck as well, because our left back Andrew had come back from injury, so I put him back on. And I also had to go and search for a silver contract card for our winger Phillips, who did really well in the last game. So I thought he deserved a contract card, so I went and got one for a cheap price of 200 as usual. I then went and bought myself another silver contract card for Kirkland, and I picked this one up again for 200 coins, so pretty chuffed about that. 400 coins for 2 silver contract cards, not bad at all, so that was pretty good. And on the next image you'll see now, I do actually end up putting the first one on Kirkland, and then putting it on our right winger Phillips, who is an absolute beast, by the way, guys. Look at that pace, 83 pace. Get him new. Anyway, we're going to jump into the last game of this episode, and it's a pretty good game actually. I go up against this guy who has a pretty decent team. If you look at that, he's got 8 silver players and 3 bronze players over 60, so not a bad team at all. And I thought this game was going to be pretty testing, but Phillips the Beast caused absolute havoc in his defence, twirling about, and scores an absolute peach of a goal, stirring his defence all over the place. But then this guy does a cheeky trump goal. What the hell? Come on, man. But then I go and answer that question and go and get myself another goal from an absolute belter of a goal from Frampton. This guy is a centre-back, guys. What a goal that was. Look at the footwork it was. Anyway, anyway, I go and get myself a third goal in the last dying 10 minutes of the game from Vassell. Nice little finesse, and back of the net it was. And I thought I had enough time for another goal, but my luck just ran out. Look at this. Go in your bugger. No. And then look at this. I hit the bar, and then Vassell. No. But not to worry, I won the game 3-1, so pretty comfortably actually, except that little tramp goal he scored. He did actually get 2 players sent off, so I was pretty surprised about that. But thankfully, this series is back on the road, so we've got Road to Glory episode 10 coming up soon. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.